Hi, thanks for joining me for yoga today. And as you know, on Zoom yoga, you are 100% responsible for yourself. I will just offer some ideas, some cues, some guidance for a multi-level practice. Today, I thought we would play with stretchy bands, exercise bands. I've got a really tight one and then a looser one. So I don't know what you have, but I'll give you ideas to use them both. And I thought we would just do an overall um, all body yoga today, along with the bands. And we'll start out on our backs with a TP knee position, which is nice to have a ball or a yoga block to play with that. So if you have either one of these, you can get those ready and have them off to the side. And then just come to lay down on your back with your knees bent and take your feet as wide as the mat. Put the ball or block in between them. And that helps to really support the pelvis for our centering practice. Got a new headset and I'm trying to see how it works on my head. So resting your elbows on the floor, bring your hands across your belly and let your fingers being spread wide help you to bring the breath through the nostrils and down into your belly. So try that out. Do an inhale. Feel the belly rise up and then let the exhale come through the nostrils again, Ujjayi breath, and let the belly drop. And so we always start out with a centering practice to bring us from whatever we were doing before our yoga practice and into a connection with our body, an awareness of our mind, and guidance from our heart. And so to do that, we use this Ujjayi breath. And if you're doing it correctly, you'll be able to hear the breath audibly. You'll hear the inhale, you'll hear the exhale. So try that a couple more times. Inhale, belly rises up, and exhale, back of your throat, hear that sound and feel the belly drop back down to the mat. So for the centering, you might want to stare at the ceiling, or you might like to hazy your eyes or close your eyes. Whatever you choose to do, bring your attention inward and feel yourself melting into the mat. The bottoms of your feet, the back of your hips, the back of your shoulders, the back of your head, the back of your elbows. Breathe in awareness and exhale, release tension, resistance, distraction. Bring your focus to your breath, noticing your parts and your pieces. Having this awareness allows you to feel the subtle sensations of your instinctual intelligence in your body. You'll be able to notice your poses. You'll be able to notice how you're holding your alignment. And the breath will anchor you here. Inhale and exhale. And then keeping that sense of surrender, that serenity in the body. Bring your awareness up to the center of your head. This part of you that is noticing your body, the part of you that is the witness. And here it's helpful to imagine the two hemispheres of your mind, your logic and your creativity or your imagination, blending together for one integrated mind, giving you more access to space between you and your thoughts, to notice your thoughts without becoming them or engaging in them, to let them teach you about yourself throughout your practice, to notice what your thoughts are saying and to direct them to be a cheerleader for yourself. So this doesn't mean you do too much or you do too little. It means you encourage yourself to find your edge, to take breaks when you need them, to push harder if that is appropriate for you. Feel the space between your eyebrows, behind your eyes, relaxing as you imagine yourself sitting down in the observer seat, awake and aware of yourself, your thoughts. And with mental presence and physical presence, take your hands and layer them over your heart. Let your layered hands bring you home. To feel a connection at this heart space. To notice the emotions that are there. And again, being mindful to not become the emotion, but to use the emotion as the feedback that it is, the guidance, the intelligence that it shares about what you're doing and what you're thinking, if it's in alignment with you or not. At the core of our being, we are each love. We are all invited to remember, to feel that love from the inside out, to know we are loved. We don't need to seek it from outside, but we can show up and share it on the outside. We can show up and be loving to ourselves, to others, to the planet, world around us. So just take a moment and notice where you are now, taking a few more conscious Ujjayi breaths. And then as we do each practice, create a mantra for yourself to repeat throughout your practice that includes a quality, a virtue, an essence, something you want to enhance for yourself inside yourself. And the Enneagram gives us a couple ideas. We might be trying to step into more innocence. We might be trying to bring forth more connection with that love that we are, more acceptance, more humility, more authenticity, more forgiveness, maybe, more consciousness, more awakeness, or maybe more joy, or maybe something completely different. Take a moment to make your mantra. Say it a few times to yourself. See how it lands. Adjust it if it needs to be adjusted. And you might use words like I am, I allow, I am ready for, I accept, I am curious about. Something your ego won't resist. And then release the hands, remove whatever you had between your knees, come into a little ball, pulling the thighs close to the belly with the hands wrapped around the shins. Drop your elbows towards your feet to elongate your neck. You should feel your tailbone peeling off of the mat, the contraction at your core with the thighs pressing into the belly. A little massage for the internal organs. Back of your head is heavy. You're just feeling a nice little stretch in the low back. From here, we're going to bring our hands across our right shin and extend our left leg long. So bring it into a half wind removing pose. And then slide that knee towards your armpit. Take your left hand, grab the bottom of your foot. And here you might just give a little rock saying, good morning or good afternoon or good evening, whatever the time is for you, to your hip. Or you might be able to cradle the calf in the crook of the elbow and just give that hip, that glute, a nice little stretch to start out with. Tuck the top of the foot behind the opposite thigh. Take the left hand to the right knee. Roll on to that left side, keeping the right shoulder rooted on the ground. Extend the right arm and look over it. Just give yourself a nice little twist from the top of your head to the tip of your tailbone. This left hand can hold up or coax down that right knee. See if you can melt your shoulders, the right ear towards the mat, and the right arm open, all 5 fingers on that right hand. Roll back to center. Bring the bottom of the left foot to the mat with the knees bent and pressing up towards the ceiling. Bring your right ankle across the top of your left leg and use your fingers or a block to coax away that right knee and open up the inside of the right hip. And breathe and breathe. You can always stay here if this is a huge challenge for you, or you can come into gate pose, paralleling the left shin with the ceiling, taking the hands through the keyhole, either behind the thigh or around the shin. Just bring a deeper stretch as you press that right knee away and draw that left thigh towards your chest. Keep drawing your elbows towards the bottom of the mat. And if you like to add on, contract your abs and lift your shoulders and your face. Don't tuck your chin. Just hold the pose and do that Ujjayi breath. Breathe and breathe. Exhale out, come back into the little ball. And this time you might lift the chest and deepen the hold. When you're ready, exhale out, extend that right leg, bring the left thigh into the chest just like we did before. Then slide it into the armpit, grab the bottom of that left foot, and you can hold it, you can rock it, you can cradle it. Find your yoga. Ujjayi breath in and out through the nostrils. Listen for the sound at the back of your throat. We're not overstretching. We're not tightening too much. We're holding. We're finding the stretch. We're finding the edge. So yoga, we're never forcing. When you're ready, release, tuck it behind the opposite leg, roll onto the right side, and extend out that left arm. Look over it. Your shoulders are melted. You're twisting from the top of your head to the tip of your tailbone. Open all 5 fingers on that left hand. Lower your ear down and just melt into the twist. Slowly come out into that figure 4. Right knee bends this time. Left ankle across the thigh. Grab the block or use your fingers. Open up the front of that left hip. Maybe here you say your mantra to yourself. If it suits you, come into the gate pose. Take your time. Float your chest if that's for you. Feel the stretch. Lower down and shoot your arms and your legs towards the ceiling in a dead bug. Rotate your wrists and your ankles and just let the blood come back to your heart. And then bring the bottoms of your feet together, your hands together, so both of them are in like a prayer mudra. And bring the heels of both to your body and shoot it up. Make sure that your low back is pressed deep into the mat. So your belly button is stapled into the mat. You're going to inhale up with the fingers and the toes and exhale down. You're pressing your hands and your feet together. And let's do 10, 9, keep your core contracted. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop your feet to the floor. Take your hands overhead and roll to one side in fetal pose. Just take a moment here to take in your space, say your mantra, and then make your way up to seated, nice and easy. And we're going to grab those straps. So we just did a little bit for our lower body. We're going to work our upper body with the straps. So I'm starting out with the strap that's called the strong strap or the harder strap. And you'll need to get a feel for your strap. How tight is it or how loose is it? You're going to take your hands overhead with the strap in your hand and then take your arms out to the side and stretch that strap behind you. You're seated up tall. Your hips are rooted into the mat. Your legs are in a comfortable seated pose. You're exhaling as you pull down. You're inhaling as you come up. So take time to get your strap just right for you. Pull your belly button in. Sit with your ears stacked over your shoulders over your hips. Keep your core slightly contracted and a nice tall spine. And let's do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop that strap down to the ground. Sweep the arms up. Wiggle all 10 fingers and the wrist. Drop your shoulders out of your ears. And then extend your arms out long. Turn the palms upward and then backwards and rotate those shoulders. Keep your arms straight out from your body, a 90-degree angle under the armpit, and just turn for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sweep that right hand across the body, left hand underneath. Push away with that right palm and then look away. Drop the shoulders out of the ears. Keep the spine tall. You should feel a slight little arch in your back. You're looking over that right shoulder and then beyond with your eyeballs. So we're stretching that field of vision. Using the left hand to pull that shoulder in to create that nice stretch. The palm of the hand is pushing out. We're going to add in a little face yoga here. So take your lips behind you. There's a straw back there of a delicious drink, and you're going to take 20 sips on that straw. So go ahead and bring the lips back. Keep the eyes looking back. Keep the core engaged and sip. Release. So you should have felt those sips in the belly, a little pulsing of the belly. We're working the scalenes in our neck as we're doing that. We got to do the other side. So take the arms out, sweep that left arm around, right hand underneath, push away, look away, sit up nice and tall. Take those lips behind you, those eyeballs behind you, extend that field of vision, and then work the neck. 20 sips. And come on out. Grab your strap again. Bring it behind you. And bring your elbows into your body this time. So on this one, we're taking our arms out straight and then bringing those elbows right back into the body. The strap is across my upper back. I'm still sitting up nice and tall, belly button pulled in. Adjust your strap so you're getting a nice stretch. And let's do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take that strap, bring it back to the ground, sweep the arms up, and drop them down into a cactus with 10 fingers spread wide, 90-degree angle under your armpit and at your elbows. Kiss your shoulder blades back, grow through your crown and elongate your neck. Open 10 fingers. Remind your hands how they can be open in a receptive mudra. Feel the space between each index. With your core contracted and your neck long, bring your forearms together and then take them back. And inhale as you open and exhale as you close. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. rearrange your feet so that your legs so that your right shin is in front, your left heel is closer to your groin. Peel away the flesh. If your knees are way up in the air, you can always place a block or a pillow underneath your knees to help you find the posture. We're rolling our pelvic forward, we're zipping up our spine, then sweep your arms up out to the side and start to twist. Inhale to the left, exhale to the right. Take your gaze to follow your fingers and stimulate that spine, whittling the waist. It's kind of a quick move. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Just keep going. You more. Slow it down, come to still, sweep those arms up and crescent over to the right. Pulse, pressing that left hip down, reach with those left fingertips. You can bend your right elbow. When you're ready, give the stretch a hold, rolling that left shoulder back and really lengthening through the fingers. Feel the stretch from the hip up to the armpit and then out through the fingertips. And breathe and breathe. Contract your abs. Bring that right hand back up. We're going to take the back of the left hand to the outside of the right knee. Kickstand that right hand behind. Look behind you. Stretch your eyeballs as you lengthen. Drop your shoulders. Twist. We're massaging those internal organs, helping with digestion and elimination. Breathe, stretching the spine. And breathe. On your next inhale, sweep both arms up. Then bring them down. Poke your hip creases to remind yourself that's where you're going to hinge and come forward. So here the block may come in handy. If you need it, you can rest your forearms on the block. If you don't need it, you can bring your hands down to the mat. Just keep that throat open. Imagine a string pulling the top of your head long and bow in humility. And breathe and breathe and breathe. Make your way out, slide up on an inhale, grab your block or your strap. You're going to hold one end down on the mat. Bring the other end to the left hand, and we're going to make it tight enough so that the elbow is bent and then extending. Your heart is coming forward. I think I want my band to be right outside my hip. So take time to get it just right. Look up to the ceiling and let's count 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I really feel that one. Come on out. Switch your shins. Pull your belly button in. Sweep your arms up. Wiggle the fingers. Rotate the wrist. Come into the cactus. Drop the shoulders out of the ears. And this time we're going to drop our hands down and then bring them up. We're rotating the shoulders, keeping those 90-degree angles, keeping the core contracted. And let's do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sweep the arms up. Back of the right hand finds the outside of the left thigh. Left hand comes behind you. Sit up tall. Pull your belly button in. Look over that left shoulder, dropping the shoulders away from the ears. Stretch the eyeballs. And here you say your mantra. And breathe. And breathe. Inhale out, sweep the arms up, nice big stretch. And then drop those fingertips to the hip crease and fold forward. So we're stretching the left hip, whatever shin is in front, coming back down to the lower body as we bow to Mama Earth in humility. Nice long spine. Top of the head reaching long, shoulders away from the ears. Remember, don't force, just melt. If your sitting bones are coming off of the mat, you've gone too far. Make sure they're really rooted. You're extending through your crown. The shoulders are out of the ears. And when you're ready, slide up, grab your strap. Root it down into the floor outside your left body. The elbow is bent. And then you're going to pull up and come down. Keep your core contracted, your spine straight. Find how you need to be on this side. And let's do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on out. Bring your strap to the side of your mat and come down onto your belly. Sphinx pose. Bring your elbows underneath your shoulders. Spread 10 fingers wide. Lift up your legs. Walk your toe mounts to touch if that is okay. And then we're heavying our pelvis. We're lifting our crown. Heart comes forward and we're arching our back. Nice little bend in the back. And breathe. And breathe. Exhale down, slide your hands to your nipple line and press back into child's pose, keeping your knees right where they are, hovering your chest, your face over your mat. Roll your shoulders wide. Inhale, come forward. Drop back down. Come back into Sphinx. Reestablish your pose. Bring your heart forward, your gaze upward. If you're ready for more, lift your elbows, but not your shoulders. Bring your heart forward, your head upward. And breathe and breathe. Exhale down. Take your left hand overhead, roll onto the left side, bend your knees. Take your right hand to grab the top of your right foot. If you don't have that flexibility, you can always take the strap around the top of the foot to extend your arm. Once you get that, straighten that left leg, stack your hips, your shoulders. Think about elongating through the top of your head. Your throat is open. Roll that right shoulder back. Kiss the shoulder blades together and then kick out with the foot, holding it with your hand. Half bow pose. And breathe, and breathe, and breathe. We're going to roll onto our belly. And for this one, I'm going to switch to my easier strap. So if you have only a strong strap, you can make a little loop in the bottom, tie a knot, and put the strap around the foot. With my longer strap, I can put the strap around my foot, lay on my belly, up on my elbows with the strap over my right shoulder. And then I'm just going to press the top of my foot towards the floor, work in the quad. So it's nice and easy. Take your time to either make that loop or you can just skip the strap altogether, come down into crocodile and just kick the buttocks. So that's an option too. But if you're doing this with me with the strap, let's do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ditch the strap if you were using it. Lower the leg, come into hands at the nipple line, cobra pose. Draw the elbows towards the mat, hover the face. You can lift the legs again to release the flesh, and then press the tops of the feet into the mat. This is one. You can stay here or lift the chest and the hands, kissing the shoulder blades back. See if you can jelly your glutes here. And breathe, and breathe. Lower the hands, press back into that child's pose. Belly caresses the thighs, hips press back, shoulders roll wide. You're rolling the edges of your armpits towards the floor, opening up your upper back. And breathe, and breathe. Slide your hands towards you. You're sitting on your heels. If this is not good for your knees, you can come up onto your knees. You can pad your knees. We're going to bring our hands behind us, walk our pinkies towards one another, and lift the heart. Open up across the chest. This place can get really narrowed as we play on our little boxes or over our tables. Kiss your shoulder blades together. Arch your back. Lift your heart. Your head is supported. It's not dropping back. We're opening our mind, our throat, our heart. Say your mantra. Slowly come out. So if you were up on your knees, you just were doing a little modified camel. We've got to do the other side. So come down on your right side. Extend your right arm long. Grab the top of your left foot, straighten your right leg, stack your hips, your shoulders, extend through the crown of your head, kiss your shoulder blades, open the heart, arch the back, kick out with your foot, pull with your hand. Breathe, half bow, and breathe, and breathe. Exhale out. You know what we're doing, so find your modification. Straps going around the top of the foot. Strap comes over my left shoulder. I'm laying on my belly, elbows underneath me. And depending on how taut your strap is, make mine a little less taut. We're taking the top of the foot towards the floor, or you're just kicking your heel towards your buttocks. And we're going to do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the strap, roll into that fetal pose, and come up to seated. Strap's gonna come around the bottom of our foot as we make our way into an easy or straight leg seated pose. So the ears are stacked over the shoulders, shoulders over hips. We have a slight little arch in our back, and we're grabbing the strap around the bottom of the left foot. I'm starting with my right ankle is flexed. I'm going to lift up the leg, take it out to the side, cross it over. You can kickstand your right hand behind you here to help you stay lifted. I'm pressing out with my left heel. My left and right ankles are flexed. Belly button's pulled in. I'm sweeping to the left and cross over the right. Let's do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'll lay it down. And the other side. So set this one up similar. Kickstand that left hand behind. Feel that little arch in your back, the lift of your crown. Both feet stay flexed. Then lift up that right foot, sweep it out to the side, cross it over. So find your movement with a nice tall spine. And let's do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Keep that strap right where it is. Roll onto your back. Take that right leg up. Bring your thigh into your chest. Tighten up your strap. Holding the strap close to your chest. You got to find the right length here. We're going to straighten our leg and bring it back down. So you want to have some tension. It's a tiny little movement. We're pushing up. We're bringing that thigh back to the chest. And let's do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch the feet. Lower down that right leg. Give it a break. Bring the strap around the arch of the left leg. Bring the thigh into the chest. Bring the strap into the center of your chest. And then straighten and come back into a bend. So make sure your tension is right on your strap. And let's do 10, 9. Try to keep the thigh coming 8 into the chest. 7, don't splay out to the side. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the strap now under both feet. Bring the thighs into the chest, elbows down to the floor. Find the right tension, and we're pushing both legs up and coming down. Your low back is pressed into the mat. There's no space underneath your back. And you're straightening and bending. For 10, relax your shoulders. 8, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold your legs out straight. Pull your belly button in. Lift your shoulders and roll into a boat pose. So you can always drop your feet here. You can bend your knees, or you can come into full bow. It's kind of hard with the strap. Knees can be bent or straight. Crown is lifted. Shoulders are moved away from the ears. You're pulling your belly button deeply into your spine. You're balancing on your tailbone. Breathe. Say your mantra. So modifications, knee bent or feet on the floor. The crown lifted tall. So lots of options for you. When you're done, just come on out. Bring your strap with you and make your way up to standing. I'm switching to my harder strap. And we're going to take the strap, the bottom of the strap to the floor. Now, if you've got a long strap, you can have both sides in your hands. You're standing a little bit wider than mountain pose, so the feet are underneath the hips. We're going to grab onto that strap, glue your elbows to your body, and just lift up and down. Work in those biceps. Stand up really tall, pull your belly button in, and let's do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to work the obliques next. So you're going to, again, find your tension on your strap. This time, arms straight. We're going to turn and bring our arms over to the right. Press your feet into the mat. Keep your crown nice and tall. And let's do 10, 9, 8. See if you can keep your arms straight. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch sides. So now the strap is under the right foot. Feet are outer shoulder width apart. Find the tension on your strap. Glue your elbows. Grow your crown tall. And lift up and down. Little bicep curls. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Check that tension. Straighten your arms. Twist to the left. Lift up your strap. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's get a drink. Drop that strap. I'll do a little balance. Always good to be hydrated. For balance, a hard surface is going to help quite a bit. If you have one, great. If you don't, just have a little sense of humor. To find our mountain pose, you can use your foot length, pressing the heel of one foot into the arch center of the other, and then spinning the toes around. That's going to be the exact distance of your hips. Align the outsides of your feet and your toes. And then zip up, reaching the crown tall, dropping the shoulders down. Maybe close your eyes for a second and just feel where your feet are, how your hips are. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed away from your ears and your crown is tall. You might need to pull your chin in a little bit to get your ears over your shoulders over your hips. Open your palms. Feel the space between each of the 10 fingers. And slowly open your eyes. Find a drishti, something to stare upon. Make sure your knees aren't locked. Weight into your right foot, spin your left foot, rest your heel, tree pose. Your tree can have many variations. You can keep your hands where they are. You can come in to a cactus, a witness pose. You can reach your hands overhead. Whatever feels right. And this may be your tree, balancing on your right foot. You can challenge yourself more, bringing the bottom of your foot to your calf or above your knee. Trees sway, trees move. Practice your tree and breathe and breathe. Pull your belly button in and breathe. Maybe if you had your hands up, you come into cactus. And then drop your hands down to drop your foot down. Other side. Soft left knee, spin that right foot, rest the heel, grow the crown. Change the arms. Grow your tree. Breathe. Trees move. Can you move? Try the other side. So balance is hard for you. You can always do this by a wall or have a chair. Find your tree. Feel your feet root down into the floor, your crown lift up to the ceiling. The movement in our balance is important because it's building those tiny muscles that we want to have to catch ourselves when we're coming into a situation where we might fall. Try the other side. I think this time I'm going to bring my hands behind me, open up my heart. So find your tree. Keep that right knee splayed out. And then come on out. Reset your mountain pose. Sweep the arms up into a salute. Take a nice big stretch. On your exhale, bend your knees, splay your arms, lift your heart, open up that mind, that throat, that heart, open up your palms. Say your mantra, shining your light out into the world. On your exhale, sink down, bringing the hands to prayer. Sit in a chair. Pull your belly button in and let your crown reach tall. Drop your shoulders out of your ears. Take your elbows out wide. Sit a little deeper. Breathe. Exhale, fold at the hip creases. Touch your fingers to the floor. Drop your head towards the floor. Glue your belly to your thighs and then grab your elbows. Shake out your head trash here. Dump it all out. Anything that hasn't been serving you, any criticism or competition, just let it go. And then drop your fingers to the floor. Roll up one vertebra at a time using your core. And we'll do it again. Sweep the arms up into a salute. Exhale, knees bend, hands open. Inhale, heart lifts. Say your mantra. Exhale, find a chair. Hold the chair. We're going to add on here with a twist. Take your left elbow to your outside of your right knee. Look up over that right shoulder. Open up if there's more space for you to do so. And breathe. And breathe. And then exhale into the forward fold. And inhale, roll up one vertebra at a time. Do it again. Inhale up. Exhale, knees bend, arms splay. Inhale, heart lifts, hands open. Exhale into the chair. Take a breath here. Then find your twist, right elbow to left knee. Sweep the arms open if it works for you. Look up. Breathe and breathe. Exhale into a forward fold. Shake out the head trash. Grab the elbows, lower the forearms, lift the hips, straighten the legs. Don't lock them. Release your hands to the mat and walk in to a downward facing dog. Walk your feet back, set your hands, lift your hips high. See if you can lower those heels down. If not, just pedal the heels. See if you can bring your ears in between your upper arms and widen across your upper back. We're making a triangle with our body. Triangles in sacred geometry bring forth possibilities. What can you do? And breathe and breathe. Exhale your knees down to the mat. Reset your hands, knees if you need to. Knees under hips, hands under shoulders. Flatten out your back. Get your shoulders out of your ears. And come into sun dog with your right arm and your left leg. Press your leg back. Reach your fingers forward. Press into that left arm and make sure you're not collapsed there. Don't lock your elbow, but feel your body. And breathe and breathe. Pull your belly button in. We're going to do some crunches here. Elbow to knee, arch the back. Inhale as you reach out. Exhale as you crunch in. And let's do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it up. Reach it out. Exhale, drop it down. Other side. Left arm, right leg. Square off your shoulders, square off your hips. Feel like a string's pulling the top of your head long. Make sure you're not collapsing in that right arm. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend long. Try it out. And let's do 10, 9, 8, working the abs. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Come back to all fours. Widen your knees. Bring your toe mounts together. Come into a wide leg, devotional child's pose. Rest your belly and your chest. If your belly and your chest can't get there, grab some blocks or pillows, put it underneath you. Keep separating your knees. Keep heavying your hips down. Keep widening your shoulders. Keep melting your chin, your 10 fingers. And breathe. And breathe. Say something nice to yourself and then say your mantra. Slowly lift your head, walk your hands towards you. Sweep your left arm up, thread it underneath your right armpit, and lay the side of your head down. Press your right hand into the mat. So for those whose knees can't do this child's pose, it's that same stretch we were doing earlier. You can go back to that, opening up the back of the shoulder. Come on out. Other side, left hand plants down, right hand sweeps up. Thread it underneath the armpit and lay the side of your head down. Press into your left hand. Press your hips back and roll to that right side. Open up that rhomboid. And breathe. And breathe. And breathe. Make your way out. Back into box pose. Tuck your toes. Exhale into downward facing dog. Lower your heels. Lift your hips. Widen your shoulders. Right foot stays where it is. Left leg sweeps up. If it's for you, you can bend your knee, straighten your right leg without locking the knee, and sweep your left foot to the right. If not, just keep the toes pointed towards the ceiling. And breathe, and breathe. Fallen triangle. Sweep that left foot, heel of the foot behind the heel of the hand. Pivot your back foot so the inside's parallel with the top of the mat. Bring your left hand to the mat. Sweep your right hand up. Stack your shoulders. Look up to the ceiling. Your left knee is stacked over your knee. Pull your belly button in, half bind if it's for you. Breathe and breathe. Exhale back to downward facing dog. If your wrists are starting to bother you, you can always come up onto the ball of your hand. Take your wrist out of it. Other side, left foot stays where it is. Right leg comes up. Right shoulder drops away from the ear. Left leg straightens without locking. And then if you like, bend the knee, sweep that right foot towards the left. Keep that right shoulder down. Feel the stretch. Blood coming to your head, your teeth, your gums is great for your brain, your teeth, your intuition. Fallen triangle, sweep that right foot forward, pivot the left foot, reset the right hand, check out that knee over the ankle, then sweep that left arm up. Drop the shoulders back, stack them nice and tall. Look up to those left fingers. You can give them a wiggle. You can half bind here if that's for you. Rolling that left shoulder way back. And breathe and breathe. We're going to come out of this one a little bit different. We're going to come into garland. Drop that left hand down. Reset the fingers. Hop that left foot forward. So if garland is not your thing, you can just practice some squatting here, tracking the knees over the toes. You can challenge yourself more, bringing your hands to prayer and bringing the crown of your head tall, or you can come all the way into garland, dropping the hips down and then tucking the elbows into the knees, really opening up those hips. And breathe and breathe. Wherever you landed, come down to your mat. Extend your legs long. I guess I can be this way on the mat. We have enough time. Peel away the hips. Find that 90-degree angle at your hip crease, that nice little arch in your back, the release of your shoulders, your straight legs. Kickstand your hands and then shake out your legs. Bring them to still. Press out your heels. Feel the stretch in your calves, in the balls of your feet. Separate your toes. Keep lifting your heart. Feel the stretch across your chest. On your next exhale, fold at those hip crease and bow your chest towards your legs. Keep elongating through your crown. Maybe you're reaching your thighs, your shins. Maybe you can reach your toes. Drop your shoulders out of your ears and breathe and breathe. We're going to bring our right foot up with us. Wrap our elbow around and come into that Half wind removing pose we did at the beginning. Keep that left foot flexed. Then step that foot across the thigh. Bring your left elbow around it and turn your body so that your shoulders start to get parallel with the side of your mat. So, Lord of the Fishes, this could be it for you. You're getting long through your crown. You're lifting. Your hips are still square with the top of your mat. Your foot is flexed. Add on. Right hand kickstands behind. Left elbow tucks. And you take your gaze a little farther behind you. Great for the internal organs. Great for the spine. Great to stretch the eyeballs. Take them and look behind you and breathe. Get the shoulders out of the ears and see if you can get a little taller. Breathe. Ujjayi breath. Slowly come out. Splay that right knee towards the floor. So options here, if this is not comfortable for you, you can always take that block underneath. You can take this left hand behind you. You can challenge yourself, bringing your hand to your knee, coaxing that knee down. You want to get more into the psoas, bring the heel close to the groin and then the knee down or close to the hip crease, sorry. And breathe and breathe. Wherever you landed, come on out and try the figure four. So bring your hands behind you and the bottom of your left foot to the mat. So the foot can be way out or you can bring it in. Keep the back straight, the crown tall. If you have the space, you can bring your hands through that keyhole like we did on our backs. If all this doesn't work for you, you can be on your back. Do what we did at the beginning. And breathe and breathe. And come on out. Straighten both legs. Kickstand the hands behind. Shake them out. Come to still. Flex the ankles. Poke the hip crease. Bow the heart. Inhale awareness and exhale length, lengthening into the fold. Remember what's next. We're going to bring that left leg towards us. Peel away the flesh. Wrap the elbow around. Sit up tall. Step that left foot to the outside of the right. Wrap the right elbow around. Turn the shoulders. Grow the crown. Feel the stretch. Add on. Sweep and tuck. Look over that left shoulder. Grow through the crown of your head. Breathe and breathe. We're stretching our neck. We're stretching our eyes. We're stretching our spine. We're elongating the spine. We're stretching our glute. Breathe. Exhale out. Splay that knee out. Add the supports that you need. And maybe add on bringing that heel close to the hip crease, dropping that knee down. Stay tall. Feel that arch in your low back. Drop the shoulders out of your ears. Crown is tall. When you're ready, release and try that gate pose. Don't assume this side is the same as the other. Come into it slow, add on slowly, and breathe. If it's not for you, roll on your back. Make your way out. Shake out your legs. Separate your feet. Sit up nice and tall. Little qigong. We're just going to give our body a little love with love taps down the tops of our feet, hinging at our hip. See where you can reach. If you can reach your toes, you can tap them and then come up. Say thank you. Go back down. Come up. Go down the insides. Come up. Go down the outsides. Come up. Bring your feet into an easy seated pose. Take your hands into fists and just start to give love taps all around the hips and then the back of the hips, the glutes, and then up your back as high as you can. And then come around the front and make your hands just pat your belly. Say something nice to your little Buddha belly, maybe your six pack. And then come up and tap your chest. And then your thymus point right at the middle, top of your chest. Just tap your fingers. It improves your immune system, wakes you up. And then come up all along your clavicles and around your neck, around your jaw, maybe around your temples, around the top of your head. And come back to your occiput and just give it a nice rub. Just massage your fingers all around your hairline. And then under your ears, these vagus nerves. And then opposite shoulder with the hand, come down the arm, other hand and up the arm. Just end with nice squeeze. Get us ready for our Savasana. So when you're ready, make your way down to your mat, and you might layer clothing here. You might light a candle. You might squirt some scents. I have some Palo Santo I like to squirt. You might use a bolster or a blanket. You might have rolled towels at home. If you don't have a bolster, you can just take some beach towels, put some rubber bands around it. You can do legs up against the wall or over furniture. I have a little neck stretcher I like to use. You can do a roll down if you want some more ab work, or you can just lay down. If you're doing the roll down, stay tall through your crown and just come one vertebra at a time down. You can place something under your knees or under your neck or under your low back, a little small little blanket or a towel. You can lay a eye pillow over your eye if you don't have one. A washcloth works great. If you're in traditional savasana, take your feet as wide as your mat and flop your feet out. If your back is bothering you, bend your knees and come into that teepee pose that we did at the beginning with something between your knees. If your back is really bothering you, see if you can find a chair or a piece of furniture that you can bring your calves over. Lots of options. You can also put your legs up against the wall. So wherever you choose to be, the only real common denominator is the arms are extended out in a relaxed posture. 10 fingers are open wide. And you take time to check in to see if your body agrees with what your head came up with. And do respond to the sensations in your body and change your posture. If your body doesn't say, yeah, I can really sink in here, I can relax. So don't think there is a right way. There's only a way where you can be in your body, totally surrendered. Your eyes can be open, staring at a drishti. They can be closed, they can be hazy, they can be covered. Just practice responding to your instinctual intelligence. So tuning in, tapping into your body, seeing what it shares with you, and then responding to it, listening to it. Our body offers us great guidance to go forward or to run away, to stand up or to sit down. Listen to your body, tune in, tap in, and then anchor in with your breath, that Ujjayi breath, in and out through the nostrils. Listening for that sound at the back of the throat, taking deep inhales and exhales, clearing out the lungs. Last chance to do that. Just feeling on each exhale, you're surrendering, you're melting a little more. On each inhale, you're awakening. So Savasana isn't a time to check out or fall asleep. It's a time to notice yourself. What am I doing? And then moving up to the head, what am I thinking? Did I fall into my thoughts? Am I going to the past or the future? The invitation is to be right here, right now, to breathe and be, to step into that observer if you fell out of it, to hunt out the spaces inside you that still hold tension or resistance and soften them, to be in that high mind observer position, conscious, awake, and present. And then to land at your heart. Once you've got that physical and mental presence, feel that love that you are deep inside of you. Let it bubble up through any trauma or training or negative experiences that closed your heart. And know that you're doing this for yourself. You're remembering the essence of you. You're feeling that love from the inside out. You're not becoming any emotion, but using them as guidance. Are they saying do more or do less? Just allow yourself to be right here, right now, just for like 10 breaths. Let yourself sink into presence, into being, into knowing, into understanding. And then keeping all of that, bring a little motion to your fingers, your toes. Find your way into a nice big stretch. And then roll into a supported fetal pose. So catching your head with your forearm, placing something between your knees. If you don't have anything, just use your fist. Bring your thighs as close as you can to your chest, but keep your throat open. Open your eyes, take in your space. We're on Zoom. We have electricity, we have a house, we have a device. We can be so grateful for that, for the things that we have. Every time I travel, I ultimately want to come back to the conveniences that we have here. We live in so much abundance in the United States. Take a minute to feel grateful for yourself, your practice, what you could do. We worked some muscle today. We built some muscle today. We gave our body a nice, good stretch. When you're ready, make your way up to easy seated. Or if you like, this headset's falling off of me, into a hero's pose. We didn't do that today. Hero's pose, you can sit on some blocks. You can sit on your heels. You can bring your heels out to the side for a really deep stretch. Just ask yourself, where do you want to go? I want to kind of keep it easy. And then sweep your arms up. Drop your shoulders down. Take the arms out. Turn the palms up. Bring the arms back. Shine your light. Say your mantra. On your exhale, bring your left hand over top, right hand underneath. Grab your shoulders. Concave your belly and drop your chin. Open up the back of the heart. Across the upper back. Say something nice to yourself. On your next inhale, open up wide again. Say your mantra, shine your light. And then right hand over left. Give yourself a hug. And then roll down, bow down in humility. Slowly round up. Bring your hands to your upper arms and just give yourself a nice little soothing rub. It's a neurological soother. And then hands to prayer, thumbs to heart. Thanks so much for practicing with me today. I hope you'll join a live class soon. It's always fun to build the class around what people ask for. We have a wonderful community. Or keep enjoying these Zoom classes. Namaste. Have a great day.